Assassin's Creed Mirage is a tribute to the early games of the franchise and a story-driven journey about embodying a full-fledged assassin once again. We wanted this tribute, conceived as a love letter to the fans for the brand's 15th anniversary, to be reflected in the game's soundtrack, while immersing our players in a brand new universe, 9th century Baghdad.
Right from the start, knowing the intentions of the game, we knew we wanted to have a blend between electronic music and traditional instruments from the regions where the game takes place. It was a way to pay homage to the original game launched 15 years ago, which, like Mirage, emphasized on stealth, parkour and assassination and featured electronic sounds and music. We also wanted to add a touch of modernity to support Mirage's story and gameplay. The music and the sound are based on Basim's point of view. We wanted to represent the introspective mentality of our main character. Electronic tunes bring almost a mantra, a repetitive side that immerses us in Basim's state of mind.
Brendan was on my composer watch list for a while. I was a huge fan of his previous work, so when it came to find the perfect composer for IC Mirage, it was a no-brainer for me to introduce him to the team. We wanted for this music to really support our main character state of mind throughout his whole journey. Brendan had the perfect balance of electronic elements in his music combined with acoustic instrumentation that is relevant for the region where this journey happens.
During his journey, Basim evolves between light and darkness. His musical theme is a strong mix between poetic melodies and more aggressive and dark notes.
As the player progresses through the game, we can hear that our main character becomes more agile and experienced. For example, the sound of his breathing, his voice, his weapons evolve as he becomes a master assassin. We also worked on the sound of his clothes and footsteps to give it more lightness and agility. We teamed up with a follow artist and recorded a bunch of dedicated sounds to achieve this goal.
Stealth is a major part of our game and one of the main focuses in audio. We have taken this into account in many audio systems. For example, we asked Brendan to compose tracks that play as the player progresses through a specific area. When they enter this area, a bass layer is played. Depending on their actions, the music evolves. As the player returns to combat, are they potentially visible to a guard? Beyond setting a mood, music becomes feedback that the player can use. One of our challenges was to immerse players in a vanished setting, 9th century Baghdad. It was a period of scientific, economic and cultural flourishing in the history of the region. This reflects how lively, brilliant and dense the city of Baghdad is in the score of the game. From the start, we wanted to work closely with musicians who have an extensive knowledge of this musical culture. Brendan's idea to add the NY Arabic Orchestra with strong vocals was the perfect match. He really knows how to surround himself with talented people capable of bringing us this authenticity. Musicians, singers, orchestrators. We wanted to go beyond music samples. We wanted to hire actual performers who get the Arabic finesse and ornamentation.
I reached out to a number of amazing, talented musicians. Faris on ney, Shireen playing oud, Mustafa playing percussion, Late Sadiq, who's artistic director for NY Arabic Orchestra, playing violin and also singing. One of the conversations we did have was just about how vibrant Baghdad was at that time and how much culture was moving through there, how much the rich diversity and the commerce and just people moving through there. So that was definitely one of the jumping off points of inspiration.
Brendan collaborated with talented musicians and singers like Ayman Matlouti to meet this need. The game music ranges from beautiful exploration track to intense battle music. Modern orchestration supports both storytelling and gameplay.
The crowd was also key to offering players an immersive experience. We relied on multiple layers of voices to contextualize where we are, Baghdad, the different districts, the groups of people talking, the main character speaking. We really wanted players to feel that everywhere they go, they could hear whispers of a living city. We researched the nationalities and languages present in Baghdad at that time. After studying and listening to the different languages, we finally decided to record actors in 6 languages. Particular attention was paid to the actors' accents to obtain the most authentic sound possible.
As for Basim, the sound design focuses on contrasts and dynamics, from desert to crowded markets. Each location has its own specificities, and therefore its own sound palette. We've also put a lot of emphasis on verticality. Depending on whether the players are on the ground or on the rooftops, they won't perceive the world in the same way.
One of my fondest memories is when Etienne made me listen to the audio track from one of the key scenes. I felt as if the scene was complete for the first time. Mirage soundtrack supports the story and characters in a way that I could never have imagined, and I hope players will enjoy it as much as I do.